Good afternoon and welcome to day two of the finals here at the 136th edition of the Royal Canadian Henley Regatta. My name is Mike Petchenko and I'm joined here on commentary by Katie Brueggeling. How are you doing today, Katie?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yesterday we saw 14 clubs win medals in 19 different finals. St. Catharines Rowing Club, Argentina, and Vesper Rowing Club leading the way, winning 2 medals each. Yesterday we also saw fast times with a very generous tailwind. Today it's the exact opposite. We see the athletes getting into the starting gates with a challenging head cross wind.
Yes. So this is the final of the women's senior lightweight pair. This is a straight final, meaning that they didn't have to go through heats or semis to qualify. And this is actually an all-Canadian final because every club entered is Canadian.
That's right, and representing both coasts and a number of points in between. Number of variety of ages in this boat in this category too, ranging from 20 years old to 43 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, North Star has a 43-year-old athlete competing.
That's impressive. So we're getting ready for the start. In lane 2, we have UBC, the University of British Columbia. In lane 3, the University of Western Ontario. Lane 4, North Star Rowing Club. In lane 5, Ottawa Rowing Club. Lane 6, Guelph Rowing Club. In lane 7, Argonaut Rowing Club. And finally, in lane 8, we have the host club, St. Catharines.
And it looks like we have a clean start right away. The athletes we can see in the closest lane to us, UBC, struggling to get their blades out of the water, getting pushed over to the buoy line right away. And you can see a lot of splashing coming from the oars from all crews at this point.
Yes, this is exceptionally challenging conditions, especially in a pair, as there's only one oar on each side to keep that boat going straight. And with this crosswind, they're going to be blown to port very hard.
Yeah, I think the umpires are going to be busy during this race, making sure crews stay in their own lanes and don't impede or interfere with any of their opponents.
All right, so it looks like we have UBC, North Star possibly up. Difficult to tell. Very close.
Yeah, in the small boats, you'll often see crews maybe hang back a little bit in the first 500. Try not to expend too much energy in order to win the first quarter of the race, knowing there's still a full 2,000 meters to go. The headwind's certainly going to play into this, as athletes are really going to have to push hard with the legs to make sure their boat's moving at top speed.
Yes, these conditions are going to make for a long race, so it's really important that they shift here, get into a long and strong rhythm, and just start to pick away at it.
Yeah, the athletes will need to find some pockets where the wind dies down a little bit and try and use those areas to make a bigger push to get in front of their opponents. I think you're going to see normal race plans change a little bit when athletes try to take advantage of some of the few pockets of calm water out there right now.
Yes, that is especially true. All right, so we are coming up to the first 500-meter mark, and we're going to be able to see who is up.
Looks like we have Dawn's up there. Dawn's currently celebrating their 140th anniversary as a rowing club.
Do you mean Argon? Dawn's not in this race.
Oh, I am looking at the wrong race.
I believe that Argonaut is up there, as well as Guelph. And I believe that is North Star in the game, but it's really close. Again, in the lightweight categories, races will be very close. The only crew that has dropped back so far is the University of Western Ontario.
Yeah, I think in the middle part of the race, you're going to see a lot of crews jockeying for position, trading leads back and forth as we see who's really got the stronger race plan and can handle these challenging conditions. You're still seeing the oars fly around quite a bit as crews try to make sure they get the blades in the water nice and clean together.
Yes, in this wind, it's especially important to draw the handle in high and then a big circle around the finish so the blades tap down. So these crews are really working on sending it, drawing it in high, and then pressing down and away so that their blades, well, at least they can minimize the amount of times their blades are hitting the water during the stroke. They're definitely going to hit it, though, in these kinds of conditions.
And for the women in this event, too, it's a lightweight event. So they would have had to have weighed in this morning at a maximum of 59 kilograms. And you also see as we move into Friday of racing, crews will be in multiple events, so they really have to manage their time wisely. They might have had a heat for an event that has a final on Sunday, or a semifinal for an event that they have to race a final for tomorrow. So that starts to play into how crews are racing today. If a crew's well back, they might decide to shut it down and try and save their legs for tomorrow.
Yes, that's definitely true. All right, so we are coming up to the 1,000-meter mark, coming into the second 1,000. These crews are going to be are currently racing for the Ed Cookson Trophy. Ed Cookson was a longtime member of the St. Catharines Alumni Association. This trophy was first dedicated in 1982, and actually among the first crew to win this trophy was Peter Summerwell, the head coach at Brock University, which I think is really cool.
It is, and looks like we have Guelph jumping out to a bit of a lead, but you still see a lot of overlap with boats as we go through the 1,000-meter mark. Looks like North Star is up there with them as well.
Yes, and then closely followed by Ottawa and the Argonaut Rowing Club. And then followed by the University of British Columbia, St. Catharines, and Western will come through soon.
Yeah, you can see the wind still really pushing these boats around as we hit the 1,000-meter mark, and lots could change. That's why if you're staying in contact, you want to keep pushing through. You don't know when a bad gust is going to hit a crew, or if they're going to have a tough time getting their blade out of the water and catching a crab.
Yes, they're having trouble with the steering. North Star right now is having a little bit of difficulty, but everyone is having trouble with this gusty cross headwind.
Yeah, you can see the umpire's boat on the back right of your screen moving around, looking like they're going to give some direction to North Star there, let them know that they need to remain in their lane.
Yes, luckily North Star is beside Western, who has fallen back from the field, so hopefully they won't come over. But now it looks like Ottawa is coming towards North Star. This is going to be tricky for these girls to keep everything straight and in their lane.
Yeah, which is something you normally don't see. You don't see the oars clashing in straight 2,000-meter races, usually reserved for Oxford, Cambridge boat races.
Yes, very true. Hopefully that we will see no clashing today.
You can see Guelph, they're still really struggling. They're making it work for them, though. They're getting their blades in the water together. You can see their bodies getting blown around quite a bit, but they're really working to make sure that the oars go in together and they get on it and really send that boat well.
Yes, so in the Guelph boat, we have Emma DeWitt and Claire Brentwood. Both women are on the Guelph University varsity team, and it's really good to see that Guelph has such a strong summer team this year.
Yeah, and in the North Star boat, you have Tara Barnett, who was the 2016 Athlete of the Year for Rowing Nova Scotia.
Wow. Yeah, and then Hannah Meeson is with her. So right now we're coming into the last 500, and it is Guelph who is one length up on North Star, who is one length up on Ottawa Rowing Club, who is one length up on Argonaut Rowing Club. So we're starting to see some separation now as we come into the final bits of the race.
It'll be interesting to see how North Star handles his last 500, and also to see how much energy Guelph had to expend to open up that slight lead in the third 5.
Yes, definitely. And I believe in this last 500, the weather will calm down a touch. It will still be challenging, but it's a little more protected as the island sticks out soon in the last 300, 350 meters. It should calm down, and crews should be able to bring the rate up and really go for it.
Yeah, it looks like Ottawa's starting to bring the rate up a little bit before the other two crews. They're down a little bit more, so they have more ground to make up.
Yes. All right, so coming into the last little bit here, every crew is either bringing the rate up now or preparing to bring the rate up. Guelph looks like they're in the red buoys now, so that's the red buoys signify the last 250 meters of the race course, and you can really see Guelph just brought the rate up, huge bump.
Yeah, and it looks like North Star's matched them as well. They want to make sure that they're not crossing the line just a hair behind. They don't want to wait too long to start their finish.
All right, so Guelph is at a 38, which is very high for a headwind in a pair. North Star is at a 35 about. We can double check that. Yep, 35 at North Star. So I think it's hard to tell by this angle, but I think Guelph is holding them. They are going for it.
They are. North Star has a few more beats. They can bring the rate up if they want. They're getting pushed also by Ottawa. And sometimes that might push North Star up. If they feel they're getting pushed, they might try and jump up a little bit more. But it looks like Guelph is comfortable as they head towards the last 100 meters.
Oh, yeah, you can see the bow seat right there. She's looking out. She sees the line coming up to it. She knows it's hers to take. And they're just about through. Oh, it's close.
And you can see the bow of North Star coming through just to the line.
Ooh, North Star got it, I think. I don't know.
Oh, I don't see either crew celebrating.
Yeah, you see them looking around, looking for some indication who got it. But I think North Star might have just nipped them at the line. But again, we'll wait for the unofficial times to pop up.
Yeah, I'm going to say that one.
No, it did.
Yeah, North Star.
They got them at the line with a time of 8:48.03.
So congratulations to Tara Barnett and Hannah Meeson, along with their coach Peter Webster, for winning the first final here on the second day of finals at the Royal Canadian Henley Regatta.
Wow, so those times are unofficial. We're still waiting for them to be confirmed, but it does look like North Star just won Henley.
Yeah, the umpires are hanging around the finish line. I haven't seen a white flag go up, so the umpires are checking to see if... Oh, they're actually waiting for the last crew to cross the line. But the umpires will ask the crews if everyone's okay. And if no one wants to protest the race, the umpires will raise a white flag, denoting that the race is official. If someone is challenging the results, the umpires will raise a red flag.
Wow. So that was a great sprint by North Star Rowing Club. They're from Nova Scotia. Great sprint to the line to overtake Guelph in the final strokes. All right. So unofficially, we have North Star as the winners, followed by Guelph, followed by Ottawa, followed by Argonaut Rowing Club, the University of British Columbia, and the St. Catharines Rowing Club. Last in is Western.